guys, welcome back to the Daytona Motor Mouths. I am sports editor Ryan Pritt. That is Tri-County Bassmaster champion Ken Willis.
I'd love to argue with you, but I don't think I can.
We got some fish stories after this weekend, but we'll keep those in. I don't think you guys want to hear about that. What you probably want to hear about is, I don't know, some little incident on pit road Sunday. Did you notice that, Ken?
That was it was a throwback weekend. Came a week early, apparently. So that was interesting. It was a short, choppy right hand, which this was before my time, but I've seen the highlights of it. It reminded me of the Phantom Punch when Ali beat Sonny Liston the second time, which a lot of people called it the Phantom Punch. If you go back and look at it, it landed pretty square. It actually landed maybe a little more square than Chastain's did Sunday. But anyways, a short, choppy blow, but it's the only blow we have. So nobody's thrown a punch in a long time.
Just a couple of weeks after Kevin Harvick asked how feasible it is to hit someone in the mouth, well, Ross Chastain goes ahead and proves that it is. And to your point, I got to give him some credit. That was a short, quick, compact blow. I think most boxers would have been proud of that one.
Yeah, it was not a haymaker. It did not come from last Wednesday. It came right from the hip.
Yeah, and I don't think it had a whole lot of power on it. No, it didn't seem to stumble, but I tell you what, that haircut rocked back and forth pretty quick. It definitely landed.
Yeah, and NASCAR, I don't know if they have the best street clothed security presence, but I think they have one of the biggest. when that guy jumped in between, there was no more fighting to be done.
I don't know if you noticed, but that dude caught Noah Gragson's punch and stopped it midair.
Yes. It was like something out of a movie.
I don't know if that says more about him or about Noah, but
I don't look at it that way.
You know, you've obviously read the column that I wrote that'll come out tomorrow and know kind of how I feel about it. But I don't know, man. What are your thoughts? It seems like this has been a long time coming, and Gragson had some comments afterwards that seemed to point the finger at everyone in the garage. And for a 24-year-old rookie to be the guy that finally takes it upon himself to at least try this, what's that say about him? What's it say about everyone else?
I don't know. but if maybe literally and figuratively now the gloves are off, maybe I don't know, and maybe Ross is he's gonna be like like the old days of championship wrestling. He's gonna have to take on somebody every week on TV to keep the ratings up. And next, I just wish the guy Gordon Soley was here to call the action from pit road. That would just be amazing.
I think maybe he needs to put that big dude on the Trackhouse payroll because he may have saved him Sunday. I don't know.
He might have saved him a black eye. Yeah, that was a pretty good punch coming. Maybe, I don't know. Again, like we said, it might not have taken much to stop Noah's big punch.
And let's be honest, the real winner here, Denny Hamlin, because not only of the race, not only of the winner of the race, but the winner in the sense that just after he gets booed off the track, 3 minutes later, no one cares what happened in the race. So that's, I don't know. Are you crying fair or foul on Denny Hamlin's late contact on Kyle Larson there?
I mean, that's if you're gonna roughhouse somebody a little bit, that's what we hear. That's when it's supposed to happen. Everybody bitches when it's done 20 laps into a race or halfway through a race, and they'll say, "Yeah, hell, we're only not even halfway through the race. Why are you racing like that? Save that for the end." Well, he saved it for the end. And it was dramatic. You could see him reeling them in, and you knew he had the fastest car. I mean, the fastest car at the end of the race, and that's the car that won. So I guess that's all's fair and love and rubbing and racing. So
hey, those are golfing buddies too. We had a little friend on friend, and what was it? Chastain said him and Gragson trained together as well. We had some.
Well, I guess the Chevy teams, they apparently have a gym somewhere there in the Mooresville, Charlotte, Concord area. And where their drivers, have access to a gym where they go and work out. So I don't know. The gym where I go, I've yet to see a fight. There was an old dude did pass out there last week. I wasn't there for that, thank God. And it wasn't me. But in all fairness, when I'm at the gym, I'm only there about 30 minutes. So I don't know what goes on the other 23 and a half hours.
Well, that's about 30 minutes more than I've been in 10 years. So congratulations on that. Of course, when you're gifted as such a natural physical specimen like me, you don't really need the garage or the
That
gym.
was
So,
it's exactly what everybody's been saying about you.
well,
Almost.
I will have to say, the late fireworks there, both with Hamlin and with Gragson and Chastain, kind of overshadowed what was an awesome race Sunday. And
Yeah.
for as much crap as NASCAR's taken in recent weeks, some of it's obviously warranted. We had a record amount of lead changes. I think it was 37 for a 400-mile race on a 1.5-mile track. I mean, that's how good it was, and it was that good everywhere. So, what did
I
you?
had to back up. I had to back up the TV a couple of clicks when I heard that. Did he say what I thought he said? And then I'm almost wanting to call BS on it because I'm trying to think, how the hell do you know how many passes there were to say a mile and a half track back in 1970 or 1978? The stats. I mean, they were keeping stats. They did have. If you look in the old stat books, there are lap leaders, laps led, and all that. But boy, I tell you, I mean, I think it was a little easier to miss in the days of legal pads and sharp pencils than it is today, and with the monitors and the scoring pylons and all that. So I don't know. I whatever. Even if it wasn't correct, there's no way to prove that it's not. And it also tells us that there was a lot of passing for the
Yeah.
lead going on. So
Well,
regardless
yeah.
of whether it was the most ever.
And maybe you're right. Maybe in 1967 we had a race somewhere that was better. But I mean, all you had to do was tune in for a few minutes to see that was about exactly what NASCAR needed after the last 6 to 7 races. Really good to see that, and it's strange, man. I can remember just a few years ago when everyone hated going to those cookie cutter, boring mile and a half tracks where everyone got single file, and now it's like those are the good races, and your short tracks are the ones that turn into the bores.
Nuts,
So,
it's a weird
yeah,
cycle.
yeah, so just want to make sure we're giving credit when it's due, in addition to some criticism, and everyone involved with that package and what went on Sunday, man. That was fun to watch. I'll watch that anytime they want to put it on. So, with that,
And here's more. Here's another thing. Darlington is damn near a mile and a half. It's about a
yeah,
mile and a third.
you took us right where I was going anyway. Darlington's always an entertaining race, just because this is a track, and I don't know if you've been there. I have once or twice, and just a cool track, man. It's somewhere in between Bristol and Homestead's kind of what it looks like in person. And obviously there's been, I think the closest finish in NASCAR history was here, Ricky Craven and Kurt Busch.
I was there for that one.
Yeah, well, that was a good one to be at, but always a fun race, and expecting another good one this week. But I will say this, I'll throw this at you. Martin Truex was pretty good in stage one on Sunday. Didn't get the right strategy to win his second in a row, but you kind of got to like Denny's chances to maybe pull it off, right? Nobody better than that guy here in the last 10, 15 years.
No, he's been really good there. And I was looking at who just constantly finishes between second and fifth there is Harvick. I mean, I'm talking about for the last 8 years or so. I mean, he's third, second, fourth, second, third. It's just incredible. His right. So, I mean, the way to victory lane, I think, has to go by his front porch sometime or another during that race. So.
Yeah, and to your point, Harvick and Hamlin each with 2 wins in the last 7 races there. Kind of amazing. I mean, Hamlin with 21 career races there, a 7.5 average finish. That's 16 top 10s in 21 races. That's we talked just a couple weeks ago about Larson at Dover. That's pretty close. But there are some dark horses here. Our guy Eric Jones, a couple wins there, third among all active drivers with a 10.7 average finish. And how about Austin Dillon, 6th on that list at 12.3? Who you like this week? Who you kind of keeping
like
an eye on?
Eric Jones. I don't like Eric Jones, and as much as I like Noah Gragson, I'm not putting anything on them the rest of the year because they are Chevrolet has culled them from their call list on their cell phones. So with them going to Toyota next year, I don't have any faith in that team the rest of this season. And not that they had done anything to make us have some faith in them this year. They've really been stinking up the show, but I like just for sentiment's sake, I want to say Harvick because he's really good there, and it'd be great to see him get a win, in his next to last trip there, I guess. And so that would be neat, but I'll go with Harvick.
Quickly, just in about 30 seconds here. Noah Gragson seems to be, like you mentioned, the speed they haven't had. Man, if that guy was in the top 5, in the top 10, personality wise, this kid seems to be everything that the sport needs. I mean, is that kind of what you see out of him? And does he have the possibility to kind of be a superstar in this sport if he can find some speed?
Yeah, that's the key, though. I mean, there's a lot of great personalities that just have not had the equipment, and hopefully that won't be the case with him. And we've been saying it about Corey LaJoie for a few years now
Yeah,
too. So.
good point. Yeah, that's another one. So, all right, guys, with that, we're going to bow out. Ken's got some bass to catch, and I've got to go get some dinner fixed. So, for the 11-year-old that never stops eating, right? So, we've got places to go, but thanks for joining us again, and we'll be back next week, hopefully after another good one at Darlington.